age, 35 years old, working at City Hall. My husband Connor is also 35. He's an auto mechanic. He's a little on the shy side, but so sweet and caring. We've never really had a fight for the past 10 years. My daughter Penelope is 7 and growing fast and getting smarter. She loves her daddy. We were living happily and peacefully until my parents-in-law retired about 6 months ago and came to visit us every weekend. They would always come unannounced as if we didn't have a phone, text, or email. Speaking of who, the doorbell rang and I hurried to the door. Hello, Father and Mother.
Paige, the foyer is such a mess.
I'm fine, thank you. So this was her way of a greeting. Is it? This is unusual for us. There's no clutter, shoes are lined on the side, and I sweep the floor daily.
You should put them in the shoebox, and umbrellas are visible. Why didn't you put them in the closet? Also, you could use a painting or frame on the wall. Can't you think of anything?
Thank you for your advice.
You're so, what do they say, happy-go-lucky.
She's right. Do the minimum housework at least.
Okay.
And how long do we have to stand here?
Excuse me?
You can't think of anything after being a wife for 10 years?
As soon as they get here, they start this, always. They complain just about everything and have no intention of listening to me. Did I make them stand there? They started complaining while they were there. But my face told them otherwise. If I talk back now, I know it'll get worse. Then they said,
We haven't had lunch yet. Can you fix something for us?
Penelope and I were going to have some pasta.
That'll be fine. I'm not in the mood for pasta, but I can live with that.
Oh?
I'm starved. When I'm starved, I can eat anything. Yup, that'll work.
Please hurry. We're hungry here.
Today is Sunday and Penelope is home. I work at the City Hall, so I have weekends off. Connor's often off during the week. When the in-laws visit, he's usually not home. I wish they would come here when Connor's home, but I know they wouldn't on purpose because they would never come when Connor is home on weekends. As I rushed to make lunch while they stared at me, Penelope came downstairs, taking a break from her study.
Hi, Grandpa, Grandma, how are you?
Hi, Penelope. You're always so cute.
I know. I'm glad she looks like my son. I was worried she might look like someone else,
she said, glancing at me. Of course, I knew she wanted to say she was glad Penelope didn't look like me. As if she read my mind, Penelope backed me up.
I look like Mom. Dad and all my friends say so.
What?
I'm happy I look like Mom. Do you think so, Grandma? Or you don't think so? You sounded like if I looked like Mom, that's a bad thing. I wonder why you said that.
No, that's not what I said.
Really? I thought...
Grandpa thinks you look like Dad's family's...
Grandpa, I'm talking to Grandma now. Can you be quiet and wait your turn? They always say that in school. When someone's talking, listen to the person until it ends. You can't start talking when someone is talking. Even first graders can do it.
Yes.
And Grandma, can I ask you a question? Did you just say a lie?
No, I didn't lie.
When you lie, your nose gets longer. Did you know?
No, that's not true, Penelope.
Okay, now Grandpa's turn. Grandpa, do you want to say something? I'm listening.
Well, I don't.
A 7-year-old girl got them good. That lifted my mood. I saw Penelope give me a thumbs up. That was fun. I think she got back at them in her own sweet way. Only 7 years old, but getting smarter every day. She understands the situation intuitively, or rather she uses her age of 7 to her advantage to camouflage her intelligence. You can't fool her. While I was cooking lunch, the in-laws looked around the house and complained away like, "It's dirty here, this furniture should be there," etc. You don't live here, we do. Connor told me about their personalities, but they didn't visit us often before retirement or micromanage me like this. I didn't imagine this would be a regular thing after 10 years of marriage. But even though they had difficult personalities, they raised Connor and he wanted to give back to them. I respect his wishes, so I haven't told him any of this, but maybe I will now. And lunch was ready. Today's menu is bean and veggie soup and spaghetti meatballs. When I served them, they started eating without saying anything, and...
What's this?
Is there anything wrong? She raised her voice, clattering her fork on the table and showing wrinkles on her forehead. Now what?
It's tasteless. How can you serve food like this?
Is it that bad?
I can't eat it at all. Pass me the salt.
I tasted it. To me, it's a little on the low sodium side, but delicious.
Besides, why are you serving Italian food? This is America. I want sandwiches, burgers.
Ugh, that's why I asked you. And you said okay. If you don't like it, don't eat it. I couldn't help but ignite the fire within me. Then there she goes, Penelope's smart comments again.
Grandpa, Grandma, are your tongues aging? The secret to a long life is to enjoy the taste of fresh ingredients and not use too many seasonings. Too much salt is not good for you. Even at school, the amount of salt is set. Teachers always tell us we don't need to try hard, but try to eat what we're served and thank the people who made the food for us. Do you know SDGs? Food waste is a big problem. If somebody makes food for us that's nutritious and tastes good, what more can we want? Mom makes healthy food and they're yummy. Don't complain and eat it.
Ugh.
And Grandpa, did you say Italian? Spaghetti meatballs is very American too. I always have it at the mall and the school cafeteria has it too. And Grandma,
Ugh.
if this is tasteless, you should see a doctor.
Ugh. After Penelope's lecture, the in-laws quietly resumed their meal. She is their weakness. To them, she was the long-awaited granddaughter of their only son, the very first grandchild, a girl, and a very pretty one. I'm going to make yummy sweets for her later on. Well said, Penelope. After lunch, the in-laws left soon enough, which was rare. I told Connor about the lunch and their recent behaviors that night. He seemed a little shocked to hear that. I wondered if I hurt his feelings by venting my frustration about his parents, but I soon realized that wasn't the case.
Paige, I'm sorry. I had no idea they had been doing that to you all this time.
No, it's not your fault.
They are out of line. I guess that's because I told them I wanted to give back to them for raising me and all. They just asked me to increase the amount of the monthly allowance.
What? They have retirement benefits and Social Security coming in, plus we're sending them $500 monthly. That's not enough for them? That's right, we've been sending $500 every month to support them.
I have to ask them what they're using it for.
Yeah. They didn't look desperate for money because my mother-in-law had a fancy purse from a high-end brand and was wearing expensive perfume enough to make my nose curl, and my father-in-law wore an expensive watch, so I had someone look into it. A week later, it was Saturday. Penelope went to her friend's house and I was home alone. I heard the doorbell, and when I opened the door, there was no surprise anymore.
Thanks for the lunch.
Excuse me?
Just make it fast, whatever it is.
Wait a second. They came inside the house like a couple of burglars. The father-in-law opened the fridge as if it were his own, and the mother-in-law sat herself down in the middle of the couch, demanding lunch. I was fed up with this, and my patience ran out. Listen, you always come here unannounced and complain about everything. I have had it. I can't take it anymore. Even though it is your son's house, you went too far.
How dare you talk like that to your husband's parents?
She's right. How dare you?
Can you say and do anything to your son's wife?
You're such a failure. We've been putting up with you for 10 years. You have no respect for us. To start, you could send more money if you have respect for us. You should be thankful that we came and visited here without you giving us anything.
What? We've been sending money every month. What is he talking about? We have been sending you $500 every month, haven't we? Then the mother-in-law snorted with laughter.
Are you talking about that little $500? You think that makes you talk like that to us? Do you want a medal? $500 doesn't count.
How can you say that?
You work at the city hall, right? Think of all the taxes we've paid all these years. $500 is nothing. Your income comes from our taxes. That $500 doesn't make any difference to our lives. We don't want the money coming from such a disgraceful daughter-in-law.
You said it. Is that so? I understand.
Yeah, you should.
You have to show more respect to us.
It was impossible for us to communicate with each other. But anyway, they left. Oh, I hope they don't come back. But I won't just sit here and do nothing. After this, I would go out or visit my parents every Saturday and Sunday around when they would show up. They contacted me a lot, but I didn't reply and 2 months passed. Then one Saturday, I was at home with Connor and Penelope, expecting them to show up any minute. As I imagined, the in-laws showed up, and as soon as they entered the house, they started yelling and screaming at me.
What's going on? How could you do that to us?
What did I do?
The power went off. Last night I turned it on, but the light didn't come on.
Oh, really?
And then it wasn't only the light, but AC and fan, too. Oh, that's terrible. And I remembered that our electric bill was on auto pay from the account your money was sent into.
Oh, so you're saying that because our money stopped coming in, you couldn't pay for the electric bill?
That's exactly right. What happened to our allowance?
Huh? Did you forget? You said that little money makes no difference to your living. You didn't need money from such a disgraceful daughter-in-law. Am I wrong?
Oh.
I don't remember that. I didn't say that. Just give us for the past 2 months right now, and we can forget what happened.
At that moment, Connor and Penelope came out with a disapproving look. Penelope started.
Grandma, the purse you had the other day, that was an expensive one, right? And you wear an expensive watch, Grandpa. Are Grandma and Grandpa spending the money Mom and Dad give you on those things?
No, that's not.
Grandma, your nose is longer again.
You told me your retirement money and Social Security alone weren't enough to make a living, but an expensive purse and watch? What's going on, Mom? Dad?
That's, I don't know what you're talking about, right, honey?
She's right. Your wife is trying to trap us.
With all this evidence, they had to make me the bad guy. Mother, Father, do you realize you are trying to make an excuse and undermine your son's genuine concern for you?
Can you at least spare us for 2 months? We have debt, please.
Oh no, a debt? Connor looked disappointed.
Please, it's pitch black in the house. How would we live?
Now they were begging. No can do.
But you're a City Hall employee. Along with my son's income, you should be living very comfortably. My son's money is also parents' money, you know.
Oh, they can't think of anything else but themselves. Their normally calm and quiet son is red and on the verge of exploding. Yet all they do is try to protect themselves. If they don't stop doing it now, I know what's coming.
That's enough!
I knew it. When a calm and nice person gets angry, it's really scary.
You have been abusing my wife, who has always been supportive, and contacting us only when you need money. I can't have a relationship with you. I disown you. I don't care what'll happen to you now. We've been sending you money for 10 years. I paid you back for what you've provided me with. I never want to see your faces again. Get lost.
You're being harsh.
Shut up and get out. Hey, let's be calm. Leave now. Never come back or I'll call the police.
He forced them out of the house and locked the door. They were still making noise outside the door, but after a while they quieted down. Later, relatives told us that the in-laws were on a shopping spree for expensive stuff. While they were working, they could afford it combined with credit cards, but after retirement they couldn't continue that lifestyle. They came here often to search for shiny objects. We found our stuff like decorative ornaments or handbags that we rarely used and put in the closet in their house. And it didn't end there. They did the same thing in other relatives' houses. If they didn't come to our house, they went to somebody else's house to demand meals while stealing stuff. They were arrested for theft. After spending some time in jail, they would be sued from every direction and in debt. I doubt they would come back to their normal life again. Well, they asked for it. At least they have light in the room. As for me, I was relieved from all the stress I had since they stopped coming. I'm doing so much better. Connor seemed to be relieved too from the long-time problem. Thank you, Penelope, for always watching and protecting Mom.
No problem, Mom. Hey, Mom, today is Saturday and Dad's at work. What will we do today?
Well, let's see. We'll watch Panic Collection first thing in the morning, read comments from viewers.
Yes, we'll do that. That's my routine too. And then?
What about you, Penelope? What are you going to do?
Oh, can we ask the viewers?
Good idea.
Hi, viewers! What are you doing on your day off after you're done routines?
I'm curious too. Please let us know.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!